everybody, Adam here, how's it going? So I've got another speed drawing here. This is the second one in the Monster Girl series, where I'm taking kind of classic monsters and either making them into girls or putting them in situations with girls. So the first one was Frankenstein's monster, and then the young woman was the scientist, and that's before it was going to be a series, but I kind of like the idea, so I'm making the second one here, and then I'll be making some more in the future too. So as you can see, just at the start there, we had the pencil sketch, which was just on paper, and I took a photo of that just with my phone, and then kind of traced over that with the inking here in Clip Studio. And now I'm doing the general inks. I decided to keep all the different parts as separate layers of ink. So in other words, her skin or her main body is one layer of inks. These wraps, which are pink, are a different layer. You can kind of see there's the casket around her. That's its own, and then the smoke is its own. And this is just to make it a lot easier to clean up and edit later on, actually. I had a different version of this. They're trying to decide the text too. I had a different version of this before, but I got pretty far into it, but I didn't like it because it was a bit too flat. She was definitely just from the front, and she was kind of sitting in the sarcophagus rather than coming out of it like she's doing here. And so I kind of scrapped that one and just did a sketch, a bunch of rough sketches, and came up with this one, which I thought was a lot more dynamic, a lot more interesting looking. I think that's one important thing to keep in mind if you're an illustrator, is do not fall in love with any of your own work, because you could probably improve it. I'm sure if you go back and look at any of your own drawings, I know I do this, I can always find mistakes or things that need improving. So it's a good idea if you're in the process of something and you're kind of seeing that it's not quite, something seems off or it's a bit boring, then just start it again, it's okay. It's no problem, right? And so here we are just laying down the base colors. Actually, I made a photocopy of the original sketch, and just with some pencil crayons I did a rough kind of color base, so I would have an idea of what I wanted to work with. I wanted really bright kind of neon colors here, although you can see later I changed the wraps to a different color actually, and the smoke gets changed too. At this point everything is really up for adjustments and stuff, which is kind of the bonus of working on a computer rather than just with paint or pencil. You can really adjust stuff as much as you want. So the first one, as well as this one, are being put as t-shirts and a few other things, which I will leave a link at the end of this video and in the description that you can go check out if you want to pick up this design as a shirt, or I think there's going to be like a phone case and a mug and stuff like that too. But the main thing is like t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. So now we're doing the highlights. I lay down a base color, and then I do the shadows, and then I do the highlights, and then I kind of go back and touch everything up over and over and over again until I'm happy with it. I find things really pop once you put in the highlights. That makes a huge difference. So here you can see changing the wraps, trying to decide how I want it. Orange and blue go really nice together. It's not as vivid or neon as the pink, but I like it because, you know, generally the mummy wraps are, well, they're kind of like a tan color, right? So this orange is close to that, but still really vivid and a nice match for the blue. Using so many colors, I had to be careful that nothing splashed too much. It was the same with the Frankenstein drawing that came before this one. There was a lot of colors in that, so trying to find ones that all go well together can be a little tricky. So that's why I recommend, if you do like a pencil sketch, just make a few photocopies with it, and then take some markers or pencil crayons, just normal crayons, it doesn't matter. Just lay some stuff down and you can just get a feel for different color sets. Or in the computer you can, you know, lay down the base colors and then adjust them all individually until you find something that works. Here I'm just adding a texture to the wraps there, just to make them look a little more interesting. When this drawing was finished, actually, I did a couple extra little adjustments because I left it for a little while and looked at it again, and so I ripped up those wraps a bit more and added some like string hanging from them and a few more highlights. You know, I would say it's a good idea if you do a drawing to then leave it alone for, you know, a day or two, and then come back to it and you'll see that oh, you know, I could add this, or I should adjust this a bit and stuff. They were laying down the hair using the just like the line tool that you can warp and you can taper. That's really nice for stuff like hair, because I find with the pen tablet I can't get a nice clean kind of curved line by hand as much as I could just on paper, so it helps a lot with that. And then there we are doing the smoke, which was originally yellow. This doesn't look too bad actually, the yellow. But I then go in and adjust it here. And since we dropped the pink from her wraps, I decided to bring the pink back and put it like that. It's almost finished here, so I then tried to decide the positioning of the text, and then I instead went into Photoshop and rendered that out as 3D text, and then brought that back in and matched it all up. And there you go. But that's about it. So if you have any questions or comments, of course you can leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, please, if you like this, go buy it as a shirt or some other thing. That supports me, and I can make more of these and make more videos showing how to make them. And I think that's it. So take care. Bye-bye.